Hello children, welcome to NEET World. This is Narayani, I am your foundation faculty. So today in this session we are going to discussing about the crop production and management MCQs. So we are also done at one part of questions, right children, level 1 questions. So now we are doing the level 2 questions from this chapter. The questions are under the topics we covered till now, right children. So before I am going to start the session, I would like to announce one very important news for you children. We are conducting the NW Star Scholarship Test on the dates of 29th and 30th March children. Our mode of examination is through both offline also and online also. For offline people, if you want to come, if you want to take the examination through offline means you can happily come to our institution name called NEET World, which is present at the Narayani G, Hyderabad. And coming to the online mode, you can download our app name called MedWorld, which is available in Play Store children. On the dates of 29th and 30 March, you can access this examination. You get the scholarship test notification on that day. And eligibility for this examination, those want to write this examination, the eligibility of the students is 6th to 10th class. So who are upcoming students of 7th, 8th, 9th and 10th, they can take this test. And most importantly children, the benefits of this examination is the top performers will get the cash rewards also. And children, don't miss this opportunity. It is a very golden opportunity for you. And so boost your future with NWST, NEET World Scholarship Test. It is occurs on the date of, held at on the dates of 29th and 30 March. So children, don't miss this opportunity. And also one more important news children, we are announcing the foundation course which is starting from the 1st April children. Our main motto is quality education through experienced teachers, and the mode of learning is through digital panel children. We are creating the animations for you and more videos to get the concept to be understand for you. So children, our topics mainly focused on the important exams of NEET and JEE. So students, it starts on the April 1st and the subjects we covered are physics, chemistry, mathematics and biology. And very important thing children, we are keeping the doubt clearing session chapter wise. So children, please don't forget this about foundation course. It starts from the April 1st. So children, let's start the today's session. MCQs. In examination you will get the 1 mark, each carries 1 mark MCQs. Some they are asked directly, some you have to think. So previously we discussed about the directly statement based questions like MCQs, and today the level is increased. So you can answer these topics also. It is one kind of easy only. So we discussed the topics like replenishment of nutrients and the natural methods, right children. So we discussed about all natural methods, right. What are the natural methods? Field fallow, right children, field fallow, and next mixed cropping, crop rotation, intercropping. These are the methods we discussed. What is the replenishment children? To fulfilling the used nutrients in the soil, we call it as replenishment, right children. So let's start today's session. They are asking intercropping is, what is intercropping? I already told you, intercropping means growing crops one or more crops, right, in a different pattern. And for the mixed cropping there is no different pattern, right children. See, so for the intercropping always follows the different pattern. We can specify the definite pattern, right children. We can specify the crops. This is the one crop. If it is the main crop, these are the other crops we are growing. So this is how we are pattern following. The patterns are is 1:1 ratio. If we are growing rice means, and another one is groundnut, right children. Otherwise if it is our main crop rice means, see, I will make the 2 rows of rice and 1 row of groundnut, right children. 2 rows of rice means 1 row of groundnut. So it also happens 1:2 ratio also, right children? So or else we can go through 2:3 ratio also. So 2 rows of groundnut mean 3 rows of rice. These are the patterns followed by the intercropping, right children? This is how the different pattern is observed in the intercropping, right children? So see, intercropping is growing of one crop in a field? No. We are already told for what is intercropping. Intercropping means growing in the piece of land we are growing 2 or more crops. So it is not the correct answer, right children? This is the wrong answer. So next, coming to the second one, growing of 2 or more crops together in a field of definite pattern, right children? Here it is a definite pattern. See, so we are following the definite pattern, right children? So answer B is the correct answer. Let's see the C and D options also. Growing 2 crops in alternate seasons. No, for crop rotations we are altering the crops, which means if in the first season, if in the rainy season I cultivated the crop of rice. So I cultivated the crop of rice, right children? For the next season I am going to cultivate the crop of pea plants, because pea plant, groundnut plant, clover having these are some of the examples of the leguminous plants. They can fix the nitrogen. So the crops like rice, wheat, they most used nutrient is nitrogen. So the depleted, to prevent the depletion of the soil, we are growing the leguminous plants, right children? So growing of 2 crops, it's not alternately. For intercropping we are growing in the same piece of land, we following the patterns, right? Definite patterns, you can identify it, right children? So this is not the answer, and none of this is also wrong answer. So the answer is B. So the answer is children B. So the answer is B. So the growing of 2 or more crops together in a field in a definite pattern, we call it as intercropping. This is the first question, and coming to the next question. Right. Keeping land uncultivated for some time so as to replenish the lost nutrients is called. So in the natural methods of replenishment of nutrients, what we discussed children, it is the first method. It is an ancient method also. It is not smart practice. What we call fallow land, right children? In the fallow land, we are not going to cultivate the 2 or more seasons to get naturally regain the nutrients of the soil. By how? By decomposing the dead plants, animals, through microbes, they can naturally regain the land is naturally regain its nutrients, but it is logically it is not happen. It is not a smart practice, because the farmer should cultivate the crops by the increasing of the demand and also get profit from the crops, right children? So keeping the land uncultivated, which means cultivating of the crop is not happening, right children? So agriculture practices also not held, so they left the land like that. So there is no agriculture practices and all that for some time. So as to replenish, which means to regain the lost nutrients, we call it as what is crop rotation or multiple cropping, field fallow, intercropping. Intercropping means cultivating 2 or more crops either in 1:1 or 1:2 or 2:3. This is how the patterns we follow. So multiple cropping mean it is also called as intercropping, right children? So this is not the answer. Crop rotation means we are alternately growing the crops as to prevent the depleted nutrients in the soil, right children? So answer is field fallow. We are leaving the land like that without, we are not doing any agriculture practice in that land. So that land can naturally regain the nutrients. So answer is C. For this question, answer is C, right children? So this is the answer. And coming to the next question, which of the given statement is not correct, they are asking. For about the crop rotation. See, crop rotation increases, 1 minute children. Okay. What is meant by crop rotation? We are growing the alternately we changing the crops as per the requirement. 1 minute children. Alright. I hope it is visible for you. So, which of the given statements is not correct, they are asking. Crop rotation increases nutrient content of the soil. They are asking it is the nutrient content which is not good. 1 minute. Crop rotation increases nutrient content of the soil. Yes, it is decaying the lost nutrient. Crop rotation helps in controlling pests and weeds, which means insects and unwanted plants. Crop rotation helps in reduce soil pollution. They are saying crop rotation helps in reduce soil pollution. So it is not the, so they are performing the continuous cultivation of plants. If it is occurring, mean children, they do not reduce the soil pollution, right children? So crop rotation helps in mixing of fertilizers uniformly. For this, so yes, it is reduce soil pollution. How means we are regaining the nutrient by alternate mode, right? So crop rotation helps in mixing fertilizers uniformly, right children? This is the question. So answer is D. Crop rotation helps in mixing of, they are asking correct or not correct. So these are the 3 are correct. Increases nutrient content, which is the lost nutrient is there, we are regaining by the alternating cropping, and it also helps in controlling pests. This is how we are controlling the pests and weeding plants also. We are performing agriculture practices, mainly the practices also we follow in the crop rotation method also, right children? So crop rotation helps in reduce soil pollution. Of course, we are alternating the crops, we are not cultivating one crop, right children? We are not cultivating in the continuous seasons, we are not cultivating one crop, we are alternating the crops. So answer is, so it is also correct. So they ask which statement is not correct. So these 3 statements are correct. Answer is B. Crop rotation for what is there is no point of mixing fertilizers in uniformly. For the uniform mixing of fertilizers, we are doing the leveling process, right children, in the agriculture practices. So the answer is D. It is not correct. So we are following the leveling method in the agriculture practice, right children? So let's move to the another question. See, which of the given practices damage the soil fertility? They are asking which of the practices which of the given practice damage the soil fertility? Intercropping. Why intercropping is done? To reduce the depletion in the soil, right children? So we are by making 2 patterns like that. So it is not the answer. And next, crop rotation, and also for crop rotation also like that only, the patterns are always alternate, right children? Next, feed fallow. What is meant by feed fallow? We are allowing the naturally, we are not conducting any practices, just leaving the land for 1 or more seasons. Then that process we call it as feed fallow. It is the soil should regain the nutrients naturally, right children? So this is also the not correct answer. So see, this is also helps in regaining the nutrients, right children? And coming to the last one, monocropping. What is meant mono? Mono is 1 cropping. If you are in the piece of land, we are cultivating continuously only one kind of crop for 2 or more seasons, then the nutrients present in the soil is absolutely depleted. Because see, we taken the example of rice children. So I cultivated the rice in this piece of land. So again in the next season also I cultivated the rice. So what the amount of nitrogen is present in the this piece of land is utilized by the this first rice crop. For the next season, the remaining the nitrogen is in less in amount, because the first crop is absorbed more. So children, so the next for the next crop only some amount of nitrogen will be present, and again I am growing in the next season rice only. So amount of nutrient will be nitrogen will be reduced. This is how it is a damage the soil fertility. So the nutrients which is present in the soil will be not present, because the crop is utilizing that nutrient, thereby it damages the soil fertility. So answer is monocropping. Answer is monocropping. D is the answer. So let's move to the next question, children. What will improve the quantity of food production? What will be the improve the quantity of food production? Why it is not coming? One minute, children. See, what will improve the quantity of food production? For the food production, what is to be did? We are using pesticides, mean the excessive amount of pesticides or fertilizers leads to the soil pollution and also water pollution, right children? The fertility of the soil will be decreases by the excess use of fertilizers, right children? For the excess of fertilizers and pesticides, soil fertility increases. Soil fertility, the loss of soil fertility increases, right children? Synthetic hormones, which means artificially made. So this is also leads to reduce the soil fertility only. And education and guidance of consumers, how they will do for the, see, I am educating you children, if you means you are not doing the cropping, right? So next, so it is not also the apt answer for this. And next, see, optimum use of land for agriculture, which means we have to use the right amount of which is what is required. We have to cultivate that crops in the right way. If you are growing more amount of used land for the cultivation, means the amount of used land does not leads to the 1 minute children. What will improve the quantity of food production, they asked. So what will improve the food production? Optimum use of land, which means we have to rightly use the land for agriculture, thereby we can get the result. So answer is D. So coming to the next question, children. Food production. Food production can be increased to meet the demands of increasing population by. So increasing for the food production. So why food production is increased? Because the last century, agriculture is the one of the world's largest food industry, one of the most important industry, because our need of food is it giving the sufficient amount of food is happening. For sufficient amount of food is there by increasing what practices they are asking. Practicing efficient land management techniques in agriculture, they are mainly classified into agronomy. So what is agronomy? Improving the techniques of both soil and water, right children? Improving the techniques of both soil and also water for the efficient amount of crop production, to increase the yield, right children? This is also the correct answer. Continuous research ensures sustainable development. This is development, children. Using more pesticide to control pests. They are asking which is made to lead the food production is increased, they are asking. So the answer is C. continuous research. We are researching so what the scientists what they are doing, they are checking the soil fertility, how much nutrients are there, thereby they are cultivating the crops, which means they are making the stable development, right? They are making the stable development. So and using more pesticides to control pests. If it is pests, see children, pests and fertilizers, if they are used excessively, that leads to soil pollution, and also the soil loses the fertility and water pollution. So if it is efficiently used, mean if only one practice is will done, mean it is not correct, right? So the answer is 1 and 2. The answer is 1 and 2, because practicing of efficient land management methods like techniques of using both soil and water, and we ensures that stable development, which means we should not harm the soil also, but we should reach our needs to be satisfied. So for that they using the sustainable development, which means stable development of agriculture practice should be done. So the answer is 1 and 2. And coming to the next question, read the statements given below. What is the given? It is the science of practicing of growing crops. So they are asking define this, I think. See, which of the following, they are giving some statements children and asking for what definition it is. It is a science practice of growing of crops. Either we are growing of crops or cultivating of crops, both are same, right children? Cultivating. The science of or practice growing of crops or cultivating of crops. Next it covers all the activities connected to the cultivation. So for the cultivation we follow the cultivation methods like agriculture practices will do. It covers all the activities of animals and food. Cultivation of crops, to grow cultivation of crops, and also rearing of animals for the human use. We call it as agriculture. The answer is C. So what is an animal husbandry? This is the branch of agriculture that deals with the rearing and management of domesticated animals. Management of domesticated animals. We call it as animal husbandry. So this is the only for rearing only animals. So it is satisfying only the third statement. And what is meant by horticulture? It is also branch of agriculture only. It leads to improve the techniques of cultivating vegetables, fruits and ornamental plants. And nurseries, there artificially raising of plants is done. Of there we can see variety of plants. So the answer for the above statements, the satisfying answer is agriculture. It is a science or practice of growing of crops and activities connected with the cultivation, and also rearing of animals for food for human use. For the human use only we cultivate the most animals. For clothing, sheep, wool, and also meat, meal, egg, we are all getting from the animals only. So this the satisfying above statement is answer C, agriculture. So next questions we will see children. The common weed which grows along with the every crop is. So what are weeds? The unwanted plants we call it as weeds, right children? They are asking which is common weed we mostly seen along with our desirable crops, which means with our main crops. If I am cultivating the crop of pea plants, so the which main weed plants we can see. I said when we are studying the agriculture practices, right children? This is the Parthenium, Amaranthus, Xanthium and wild grass. These are the four most weed plants we seen with our main crops regularly, right? See children. So answer is Amaranthus. So this is the Amaranthus. So it is the most common weed plant which grown through our desirable crops. So answer is B. And coming to the next question. One minute children. Next, buffer stock. Buffer stock refers to, why is buffer stock made? What is buffer stock? The collected grains, we store it in a very large quantity for the further use. Right children? If you are not keep the buffer stock means, we will not keep the extra stock means, what will happen? If the next harvested season, the crop is not came to our hands, by with the further effect of natural storms, the heavy rainfalls, floods, earthquakes, for all that. In that case, this buffer stock will be useful for us, which means the extra stock which leads to feed us. Right children? So the grain stock for emergencies. Right children? Emergencies like earthquakes. Right children? Floods, heavy rainfalls. For these effects, this buffer stock will be helpful for us. Next, the grains to be exported. The grains having high nutrient value. The grains having low nutrient value. These are all absolutely wrong answers, because the buffer stock mainly, why we stock the collected grains mean for the main reason for the emergencies. For the it occur by naturally by earthquakes, floods and heavy rainfalls. So the answer is A. Next question 10C. Which of the following should come in the box X in the given sequence? They are asking what will be the answer for the question which is placed here X. So it is the question of agriculture practices children. First we need to do, when the first step is plowing, right children? First step is preparation of soil. For the preparation of soil we follow the two rules, two methods, two processes. What are they? Plowing and also leveling. So plowing also called as tilling, right children? And next leveling. Afterwards sowing of seeds. And next one they are asking what was the answer. After that irrigation, which means supplying of water. So what is meant of broadcasting? If we sow the seeds randomly in the field, we call it as broadcasting, right children? And what is transplanting? It are transferring the plants from the beds of nurseries, like that. So it is also the wrong answer. And manuring is the right answer. After sowing of seeds, for the sowing of seeds we have to give the for the growth and development, the seed should be added with manure. Nutrient. Manure is nothing but nutrient. For the nutrient, the seeds present in the soil, the sown seeds can, for the growth and development, the manure, we give the manure, right? So it uses those manure as a nutrient. So it helps in the growth and development to grow the seed to seedling, small young baby plant, right children? So after sowing we follow the method of manuring. Next, for the requirements we provide the irrigation. Irrigation means supplying of water. Irrigation means supplying of water, right children? So the answer is manuring. C is the answer. So C is the right answer. Right children, for this question C is the right answer. And coming to the next question children. See, horticulture is cultivating the various vegetables, fruits and flowers. Right children, plantation crops are like coffee, tea are the plantations. Production improved of variety of seeds? No. Production of cereal crops like rice, wheat? No. Their horticulture is the branch of agriculture which involves in the production of vegetables, fruits, flowers like ornamental plants. So it is a direct answer children. The answer is A. It used to cultivate the various vegetables, cultivation of vegetables, fruits, flowers, ornamental plants. We call it as horticulture. And coming to the next question children. See, To prevent seed-borne diseases, the seeds must be treated with. Before sowing seeds, we have to three points should be keep in our mind. What are the children? We discussed in detail, right? The seed should be healthy, the seed should be disease free, and also there should be quality seed should be grown. Thereby we get the quality yield, right children? So before that we have to sow at right depth only. Further, to prevent from predators like birds, right children? So spaced at right depth at intervals will be there. Further, avoiding competition in between those plants. To avoiding competition. To avoid competition. To avoid competition. Sown highly in wet soil. Of course, but it is not able to prevent seed-borne diseases, right? So they must be treated with fungicide solution, right children? See, these are the seeds. So in the presence of pathogens also the plant is healthy. In the absence of pathogens also the plant is healthy, because these are treated with fungicide solution. By the dipping in the fungicide solution, see here the in small bucket they mixing seeds with fungicide solution. They can be prevent the seed borne diseases, right children? See, and here no seed treatment is done. In the absence of pathogens, the seed is, in the presence of pathogen, the plant is affecting, because we did not done any seed treatment, right children? In the absence of pathogen the plant is healthy, but in the presence of pathogens the plant is not healthy, right children? To prevent seed borne diseases, we have to treat the seeds with fungicide solutions. We have to dip the seeds with fungicide solutions. So the answer is D. 1 minute children. Wait 1 minute. So the answer is D. D is the correct answer. And coming to the next question. 1 minute children. Which of the given methods cultivation will result in loss of fertility? I think we have been studied this, right children? Wait, I'll check it off. So we'll do it. Which of the given methods of cultivation will result in loss of fertility? They are asking methods which result in loss of fertility. Thereby soil lose its fertility. For crop rotation, no, because we are alternating the crops, right children? Alternating the crops to regain the lost nutrient, right? Next, shifting cultivation. What is meant by shifting cultivation? When the soil is having depleted with nutrients, by again and again we are cultivating one crop. So thereby the soil lose nutrients. For that we burn the entire crop, right children? That we call it as shift cultivation. Shift cultivation we also called as zoom cultivation, right children? So next, excessive use of chemical fertilizers. So excessive use of chemical fertilizers leads to soil fertility. So the answer is 1 minute children. Excessive use of chemical fertilizers also leads to soil fertility. So the answer is 2 and 3. Shifting cultivation of after it is a monocropping children. Like we are cropping only one crop continuously. Then the soil lose the nutrients. The soil lose the nutrients. Nothing but soil fertility. So it is not the piece of land is not ready for the another crop to grow, because they did not get enough yield. And next, excessive use of chemical fertilizers in the crop also leads to soil fertility. So the answer is 2 and 3. The correct answer is C. So answer C is the correct answer. See, this is the shift cultivation children. The excess use of chemical fertilizers lead to soil lose its fertility. we cannot grow in that area, that area is not suitable for cropping. We should left the land like that. For some season we have to fallow the land, thereby again it replenish for the next seasons, like for 2 or more seasons, then the soil regain its property. For the shift cultivation mostly happens in the tribal regions. They will do cultivation in one piece of land, and again they will use the land. They after doing one crop many times, they do the shift cultivation, they burn the whole vegetation and they find another place and they grow the crops there. Meanwhile this land will be regain the nutrients. When they burnt, the ash is the soil makes the ash into used fertilizer, then it makes to regain the nutrients, but it takes so much time, children. The use of machinery in agriculture helps too. They are asking machinery helps too in what way? They are asking. Increase the quantity of field, get the job done faster, yes. Next, reduce the dependence of human and labor, so it saves both time and also labor. No, children? So that is why the answer is it increasing the quantity of field by the techniques of soil and water, right, children? And also it leads to the machines leads to the job done faster, and also they reduce the dependence on humans, labor, and thereby we are saving the time. So the answer is 1, 2 and 3, right, children? Next, 15th question. See, children, this is the match the following question. So here they given the kharif crops. Kharif crops are also called as rainy crops, right, children? So what are the examples of kharif crops? I already given you the mnemonic, right, children, for the kharif crops. See here the kharif crop. So we given the mnemonic of see, paddy grows after heavy rainfall. Paddy grows after heavy rainfall. P means paddy, G means groundnut, so A means arhar, pigeon pea, H means horse gram, R means ragi millet, right, children? These are the examples of kharif crops. In this match the following, a kharif crop is paddy, right, children? So next, rabi crop. I given the mnemonic for you to get easily remember the examples right now, children. What I given? Mustard, wheat, pulse. These are the first 3 examples of the rabi crops. G means garlic, C means coriander, F means fenugreek, right, children? These are the examples. So if they asked in direct questions, if there is not multiple choice also, we must have to remember this mnemonic. You can write the first 3 examples in the rabi crops, and also it is very easy for the kharif crops also. P means paddy, G means groundnut. You can easily remember these mnemonics, thereby you can write the examples, children. So rabi crop is wheat. So A is 4 and B is 1, right, children? Next, tilling is also called as plowing. Tilling is also called as plowing. Next, combine. Combine is used for both harvesting also, threshing also. Harvesting also, threshing also. So answer is 4, 1, 2, 3. Here where it is there? A4, B1. No. Answer B. See here, children. A4, B1, C2 and D3. So answer is B is the correct answer for this question. Right, children? So next question. Arrange the following agriculture practices in the correct order. So what is the agriculture practices we done? So we have to prepare the soil. So plowing and leveling to be done. Right, children? So plowing and leveling, where it is there, we directly answer this question, children. Because in previous class also, in the first question in part 1 also we discussed about these agriculture practices, right, children? So plowing and leveling. Plowing and leveling are the first. you can eliminate these options first, children. Thereby you can easily identify the answer. Plowing and leveling. Where it is there, plowing and leveling? Here D answer also, plowing and leveling is there. After plowing and leveling, the practice is not irrigation, right children? So we have to eliminate this answer. And see here, plowing after they given directly sowing. Where is leveling? So answer 1 is wrong answer. Here also plowing after they given irrigation. This is also wrong answer. So here D, see here, we do the first for the preparation of soil, we do the plowing and also leveling. After that we sow the seeds. Next we add the manuring for the growth and development of plants. Next, as per the requirement, we do the irrigation, we supply the water, and then when it is coming to the period of gathering, that process we call it as harvesting. So answer D is the right answer. So answer D is the right answer. See, they prepare the soil, after they sow the seeds, next they are adding the nutrients, next the irrigation process happening, supplying of water, next they took the unwanted plants, next when the crop is ready to gather, they harvest the crop, and then its a final stage is storage. So these are the 7 most important agriculture practices should done at any agriculture. If any crop is want to cultivate it, the must done 7 practices are these. So this is the today's class, children. We'll do one more 2 easy questions. So children, see 1 minute. See, which of the following is a rabi crop, they are asking. So our rabi crop mnemonic, what is children? Mustard, wheat, pulse grown in cold fields. The first 3 examples only answer is there, I think so. Yes. See children, directly is there. In the mnemonic only itself it is there. Wheat, in the mnemonic is there. The examples of rabi crops are mustard, wheat, pulse, grams like pea, lentil, garlic, coriander, fenugreek. Right children? So they ask which of the following is a rabi crop. So the answer is directly wheat. Wheat is the correct answer. So answer C is the correct answer. And next, last question children. Kharif crops are usually sown in which months? Kharif crops are also called as which crops children? Kharif crops are also called as rainy crops. Kharif crops are also called as rainy crops. Right children? So they grown in the month of rainy season. In the months of rainy months, right children? When the rainy season occurs in June and July. Then the harvesting period of the Kharif crops are September or October. Right children? This is about the Kharif crops. And for the rabi crops, they grown in the month of, and for the rabi crops children, and for the rabi crops, they grown in the month of winter season. That's why rabi crops are also called as winter crops. Right children? So for the rabi crops, they are grown in the month of October or November, and the crop is ready for the, and the harvested time of the harvested period of the rabi crops is March or April. March or April. Right children? So this is about the rabi crops, and for this answer is Kharif crops are usually sown in which months? Rainy months. In the month of June and July they are going to be cultivated. Right children? Examples is paddy, maize, bajra, jowar, ragi. Right children? These are the examples of Kharif crops. So this is about today's session children, and once again I am reminding you children, we are offering the NEET World Scholarship Test on the dates of 29 and 30 March, and the mode of examination through by online also and offline also. For the offline, you have to happily come to our institute name called NEET World, present in the Narayani G, Hyderabad. And for the eligibility students for this scholarship test is from the class 6 to 10th class students. We are keeping according to the class wise scholarship test, children, and who are mainly top performers will get the cash rewards. And children who want to write the online examination, you can download the MedWorld app from the Play Store, which is available there, and on the dates of 29th and 30 March you get the notification there, and thereby you can easily access this examination. So don't miss this opportunity, children. It's very good opportunity. So always boost your future with NWST. As your flexibility of timings, you can go through either by online, either by offline. So don't miss the dates, children, on 29th and 30 March. And children, always stay tuned with the NEET World classes. Thank you.